Hello everyone! Level 120 opens up many new opportunities. Duncraig is a place with a lot of riches and another one of the most important and controversial skills necessary for defeating many endgame encounters. Duncraig is a rift, so a long sprawling dungeon with many treasures tucked away between its walls. First of all, the chance for sacred items to drop in here is increased. Second, the level is 120, so all possible sacred unique items can drop. To get here, one must travel from the rogue encampment in Act 1 to Bramwell. In the back of the church, there is a subterranean corridor that one must navigate in order to emerge in Duncraig. Don't forget to grab the local waypoint after arriving here. At the end of the dungeon, a boss waits in the middle of a flame circle. He drops a charm called Demon's Bane. This charm has a chance to grant up to 2 skill levels to any class and a small life regeneration bonus. The Duncraig trophy adds a small bonus of 10% extra combat speeds. Teleportation skill is paramount to navigating this rift. Make sure you have access to at least Chitan's Gate from the Moon of the Spider charm. In order to be able to kill the final boss, though, a special ring must be crafted which grants a unique skill, but we'll get to that in a moment. The level is populated by hordes of Undead Citizens. They're all melee hitting enemies and have different elemental affinities. This place is great for ranged characters as they can dispatch the undead hordes from a safe distance. At this point, their melee damage is quite heavy. Each type of citizen has a resistance or absorb bonus and some extra abilities in some cases. The magic undead throw some very dangerous explosive barrels. They look exactly like the regular barrels which can be broken for loot, but they have a distinctive lit fuse that can be noticed on the ground burning towards the barrel a few moments before they explode. Poison ones also throw some poison clouds, which are definitely not as dangerous. The second type of enemy is a will-o'-the-wisp type monster that will fly around, even through obstacles, and fire magic bolts from time to time. Again, a pain in the butt for melee builds. If left alone, they will deploy into a turret of magic bolts and potentially deal massive damage. Important to note is that every enemy in Duncraig is an undead, so having bonus damage to undead will increase the clearing speed significantly. Any of the monsters has a chance to drop a Ring of the 5. The ring itself is terrible and is not really useful in itself. It has a random chance to drop, so don't worry if you don't see one in your first full clear of the place. Its real purpose can be unlocked by hunting down and killing 5 mini-bosses that hide within the walls of Duncraig. Skinrender, Spinecracker, Eye Gouger, Flesh Cutter and Bone Hexer are each slightly beefier versions of each regular Undead Citizen type, and each drops a specific sigil. Transmute the 5 sigils with the Ring of the 5 to create a ring called Assur's Bane. This is the real treasure and can be a powerful ring in itself with +1 to all skills and 10% bonus to life and mana among others. The important line though is the one that grants the Purify skill. This is a ranged skill that launches a slow projectile which completely ignores any immunities, but deals very low damage over a few seconds. This is a cornerstone of many future fights and is necessary for defeating the boss of the rift, Assur. The mini-boss locations are marked on the map with small squares, and navigating the rift towards the boss's location is helped by occasional flaming arrows on the ground in case you get lost. Assur is found at the furthest end of the dungeon, surrounded by his undead minions. It has a teleportation skill and can be baited away from its hordes. It will teleport even through dungeon walls, so once awoken it's very difficult to escape from him. It will sling a cornucopia of fire-based spells, fireball novas and other explosive spells. Move constantly in order to avoid as much incoming damage as possible. Assur is immune to all damage, so to even have a chance to beat the boss, you will need the Purify skill granted by the Assur's Bane ring. 2 Purify bolts are sufficient to defeat Assur. This can be a problem if monsters run around the battlefield, so try to fight in a small area which has been cleared of enemies beforehand. Purify bolts stop after hitting any targets and are very slow, so fire a bolt, then wait for it to connect. Run around until the cooldown of the ability wears off, shoot a second time and win. Happy 2020 and see you in the next one.